All right, y'all. It's Monday, and we back like seasonal allergies. Time to help the people. So the last time we convened here, I answered a question regarding gifts versus passions. If you need that distinction, I suggest you go back about a smooth month and watch that video first. That question actually led me right into what I want to talk about today. I think a big issue that a lot of people have today is finding their lane, okay? Everybody has a thing, but finding out what your thing is can be the most difficult part. So today, we're going to talk how to find your lane. At least I'm going to make an attempt to teach you how to find your lane. Let's get into it. First, I suggest exploring what you're good at, what comes naturally to you. What are you able to do well with minimal effort? Explore that. Do you cook well? Are you a good writer? Do you have a way with words? Are you funny? Can you sit down at a musical instrument and pick it up right away? Spending more time with things you have a natural inclination for is a good way to begin to sort of find your thing. Next, spend time exploring things that you're passionate about. And I have to say again, what you're good at and what you're passionate about may not be one and the same. Do you love music and just spend hours on end with it? Are you passionate about philanthropic work, concerts, fashion, education? These are all other ways to try to sort of find your thing, find your lane. Look into what you love. Next, once you find something that's kind of sparking your interest, see if you need to find a loophole or a back door into that thing. And I'll explain. You and your spirit might be moved or drawn to something, right? And you thinking like, okay, I think I might have found my lane. Then you discover you're not necessarily good at it. That is when you find a back door. So I'll use myself as an example. Yes, I said that right. Using myself as an example. I love music, right? Huge music enthusiast. I love music more than I love to eat. And that's a lot. When I was at that age of coming out of high school, looking toward college, I knew that whatever I decided to go to school for had to have something to do with music. Otherwise, I wouldn't stick with it. Here was the issue. I am not a musically talented person, aside from being able to put together a good playlist. And I don't think that was paying no bills in 2006. But not a musician. God knows I don't sing. But here I am with this passion for music, and I want to pursue it in some way. What do? We find a back door. So through a series of seemingly random events that I don't actually think were random at all, I very much think they were by design, I ended up becoming a live sound engineer. Okay, so didn't know how to play music, but I knew music through and through, and I knew how to make it sound better. And I discovered I actually had a very good ear. And through that, I got a chance to work all manner of shows, festivals, got to work for and with all of these artists that I love. And I was very happy for a very long time. Finding the back door. Finally, in your quest to find your thing, to find your lane, see if you can marry any of your gifts with any of your passions. Last story, and I'm gonna shut this thing off because my throat getting dry. I've always been gifted with words, language, things of that nature. Even in school, from like elementary school on through college, the classes I excelled in were always the ones that allowed me to play with words. The writing classes, reading, whatever. Those are my gifts. I was passionate, however, about the human condition, okay? People watching has always been one of my favorite things to do. Watching people, analyzing them, and judging them. So where do we go from there? I'll tell you. Me loving to watch people and judge people, but also having a gift for words led to me being able to get on Snapchat every Monday and rant about people and what they were and were not doing correctly. That turned into Facebook. That turned into YouTube. That turned into a book that many of you have purchased and hopefully read. So, quick recap. Finding your lane, finding your thing. Number 1, explore what you're good at. Number 2, explore what you're passionate about. Number 3, see if you need to find a back door into your thing. Number 4, see if you can marry what you're good at with what you're passionate about. This video could have been so much shorter if we'd have just left all that right there. And lastly, I want to say it's very important to remember that Your thing doesn't have to be one thing. I gave you an example of how I found my knack in audio engineering, and now at this juncture in my life, I found it in vlogging and writing and things of that nature. So your thing does not have to be one thing. When you find something that is your thing, you're not married to it. Okay, your thing can change. Also, don't be afraid to explore as many things as you possibly can. Sometimes it won't work out. Don't let that deter you from continuing to try other things. Okay? All right. So I'm done. I hope that helps. As always, govern yourselves. Govern yourselves. Govern yourselves. Listen, if you still need your copy, slide in my DMs or hit that link in my bio if you're watching on Instagram. Also, wash your winter coats before you start flinging them all around us. We don't want to smell your mothballs.